Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drain. Today we're putting in a yard drain that's going to go all the way around this house. You can see we've started a trench here in the back. We're hooking up all these downspouts. It'll run around the other side, and it's also going to run around this side. And you can see all the water that's laying in the yard. What it does is it comes down off of this hill. There's a few natural springs out here. So what we need to do is to get a gravel perforated pipe. Some people call it a French drain. This is something the homeowner could do themselves, but I'll tell you what, this is a big job. There's about 400 feet of pipe here. And we found out why this backyard floods. As you can look at this soil, it's really dry. But you can see how muddy it is on the surface.
This is the area that needs gravel. Right now, there is no place for this water to go. Gravel drains collect subsurface water. Catch basins collect immediate surface water runoff. So a good system uses both gravel perforated pipe and catch basins.
Water just can't get down into the ground here. So by adding the gravel perforated pipe and hooking up the downspout drains to the system, we'll be able to drain this yard. So water's been coming down this hill from up here, down through the yard, and the soil is just so bad here. It's just like rock solid. Water cannot permeate down through this. So we're adding gravel perforated pipe all through this section here. And what that'll do is it'll allow that water a place to go. Right now it just has no place to go. It just sits on top of the ground and just floods. We'll be adding some catch basins. You can see these low spots over here in the yard, real wet. Add some catch basins in these low spots and send the line over to our trench, which will run all the way out to the street.
Now let's look at another French drain. Totally different application, totally different soil, but still gravel perforated pipe and catch basins. This is the perfect French drain.
So over here where the gravel's going, Paul's done a nice job. We're right alongside the driveway. You can see we're down there about 20 inches. Good depth. We'll have a good base of gravel. At the end down there, we'll put a catch basin, another catch basin, fill it up with gravel, and as that water comes down this driveway, should drop into our system, run over to the sump pump, and be carried away. Okay, so while I was going to get gravel, these guys have already put down the catch basins in here. They've got the trench dug out. You can see water collecting in there already. Okay, so now we're getting ready to fill up this trench with gravel. We're down about 20 inches, and you can see we've got a whole yard of gravel over there. We're going to put an entire base down here along the bottom. A good 6 inches of gravel down here at the bottom. Then we'll set our catch basins. We're going to use 4-inch PVC. It's got the holes in it. These holes are going to point down into the trench like that. Then we'll finish covering. Next we're going to go ahead and set these catch basins up. I've already taken out the screws that hold the grate in place. We've got to set these up for a double outlet. Little barbs, they snap in, little nipples. Twist and hold it. Locks it in place. Do the other side. Twist it in place. Nice and tight. Let's do another one. Remember, it has graded edges, little nipples, slots for it. Push it in, twist it, make sure it's good and tight. Same thing on this side. Good and tight. Good. And our first one still has screws in it. So you pull those out with your handy dandy drill. Pop off your lid. This one we're setting up to be the inlet line, so it's got a cap on the end. You saw me pushing them off. I'm going to leave the cap on. This actually goes on the outside. You could put it on the inside, but it goes on the outside. Snap it in place. Twist and hold it. Now we're ready to put our grates back on. So we're getting ready to set this basin. Remember that perforated pipe holes point down. So we're going to go ahead and put our basin in place. We're going to have Gerald throw some gravel over here behind the basin. Just throw it best you can. We're going to fill this up so it's nice and secure, nice and tight. One more should do it. Good. Now we can actually start throwing the gravel cover. We're going to bring gravel all the way to grade. So you can see we're just finishing bringing our gravel up to grade. Right now it looks a little messy, but once we clean it all up, it'll be really nice. Bring that gravel right up to the bottom of that concrete. Remember, we have PVC, perforated PVC, holes point down. The guys are covering the solid pipe, which leads to the sump pit. The sump pump picks it up and carries it away. Basically, this is a giant channel drain. Water will run down the driveway here, and it will drop through the voids of the gravel down to the bottom of the trench, and then it floods up into the holes of the perforated pipe, and the pipe carries it away. And our discharge is, of course, that sump pump. So we had to make sure that we had a really good pump. We put an M98, half horsepower, about 80 gallons a minute, and it should keep up with this quite well.
And finally, an installation in muddy soil. A difficult installation, but results are phenomenal.
Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we're doing a yard drain. You can kind of see this water here behind me. We'll take a look here. We need to install a gravel perforated pipe that actually starts back here in the back. And you can see how wet this is and the reason why we're doing that. All this water comes down off of the hill back there where the guys are working and off of the side over here and just floods and stays here for days and days, weeks and weeks.
So once our trench is complete, we'll lay a small base of gravel, perforated pipe, remember holes point down, and then we'll cover that with gravel. As that water comes down the hill, it'll go into the catch basins, and the water that's moving underground will come into the trench through the gravel.
Line comes up along the driveway. We had to come across the gas line here. But you can see how muddy and messy this job can be. But our trench is starting to collect the water as it runs on back. You can really see that water into the trench back here. Lots of water is flowing into the trench, which is great. Now all we need to do is connect these two downspouts, bring it over, put a T on it here, and there's one downspout in the back. We'll add a couple catch basins, gravel, perforated pipe, and that should take care of this area.
Remember, catch basins collect surface water, immediate surface water runoff. Gravel perforated pipe collects the subsurface water as it moves through the soil underground.
Basically, we're all done. We're going to go ahead and put some more gravel in here, grade this out, make it nice and smooth through here. And the system's already working great. I don't know if you remember the morning photo when it was just flooded, but you can see there's no more water standing. And this is looking really good. We've got a good flow of water out to the street. Nice catch basins all the way back.
Hey, Chuck here with Apple Drains. We are extending our $25 video consulting via Skype through April 16th, 2016. So if you're interested in getting some live help with your project, sign up today.
Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.